Minister, we welcome you to the 34th Annual Delegate Conference of the Garda Representative Association. We live in difficult times, not because we're at war or have suffered a natural disaster, but because of financial mismanagement at the most senior and influential levels. The public are now paying a heavy price. The front line of policing is being dismantled. It is a misplaced fantasy to deny that the policing service our members provide has remained unchanged. A combination of reduced Garda numbers, budget cuts and station closures have hit the service. The people are suffering a sharp increase in homes being burgled. Service delivery to the public has continued to be reduced. And that's being done without any fanfare or political comment. In stark contrast, it has been left to the Garda Representative Association to highlight this shocking abomination. The Gardaí have had their pay pilfered by government, and yet our members step forward to face everything that society throws at us. The increased workloads, the greater dangers in an ever more hostile working environment. The mantra that there's simply no money in the public purse to pay for any of the vital services is a travesty. And it's an embarrassment to our proud nation. Internationally, An Garda Síochána is a comparatively small force. Yet our members are the one single agency to provide state security, personal protection and community commitment. It is inconceivable that within government this is not a priority for spending. I conclude that your appointment has so far failed to have any significant impact on policing, and I fear a significant opportunity is being wasted. The Garda Representative Association was both shocked and disgusted to hear of the escape of Martin McDermott, the killer of Gary McLaughlin. I demanded a full inquiry on behalf of our members, and when I read the report, we were astounded. And it has since raised more questions than it has answered. He simply strolled out of an open facility and walked across the border. You have tried to reassure the public and our members that you have measures in place, Minister, to prevent this happening again, but you are reticent on practical detail. Is this simply more rhetoric and no action to silence or anger? We've suffered before and no action was taken. Garda Robbie McCallion's killer was on temporary release from prison, engaging in criminal activity, when he drove that stolen car and took the life of our late and great colleague. How long will you continue to gamble with the safety of Gardaí and society before you rectify this problem? We continue to see a revolving door in the justice system operating in this country. Our members investigate crime, we arrest, we prosecute the criminals, only to see them return to our streets before their full sentence is served. In many cases, we see lenient sentences reduced because of prison overcrowding, even when lives of the members of the Garda Síochána are cut short. Our members are rightly angered and we feel betrayed by your shortcomings. We need a Minister for Justice whom is tough on crime. "12 months ago, you were appointed Minister for Justice, Equality and Defence. And since last conference, we still await the legislation to protect our members as they discharge their duties. Has anything been learnt from the deaths of our colleagues in Donegal? Your government has failed to establish itself as a government of law and order. So far, you've been soft on crime, soft on the causes of crime, and soft on the proceeds of crime. You recently announced that Garda numbers are very close to those at the end of 2007. The implication was, this is okay, it's fine, because 2007 was before the economy collapsed. But the situation in 2007, it displays the unique characteristics of policing. Gardaí were the only public servants identified and singled out as being under-strength. The only. There was cross-party political support back in 2007 to increase the strength of the force to 16,000, with immediate effect, right across the board. Were all the politicians badly wrong in 2007? If that number was needed then, it certainly is needed now. The population has grown steadily while Garda numbers are declining. To tackle crime requires resolve backed up with resources. You've tried to reassure a frightened public with the suggestion that Garda numbers are now at 2007 levels. Yet, in 2007, Minister, you called for extra Gardaí. Now, let me relate something to you, Minister. There is no replacement for extra Gardaí on duty in local areas, backed with the resources they need to tackle crime in all its guises, from antisocial behaviour to gangland murders. The government has promised extra Gardaí for years now, and nothing has happened. Meanwhile, areas of the country have become lawless badlands. Minister, these are your words, not mine. Your words in 2007. Yet now, you're prepared to abandon areas of the country to become those lawless badlands by closing down Garda stations. You now say that we don't need all our Garda stations because of improved communications, technology and transport. Let me tell you this, Minister. If a house is being burgled, the Gardaí cannot teleport to your assistance. The Gardaí cannot police from a remote location by satellite. Criminals cannot be apprehended on Skype. And we can't email an armed response. And even if we could email an armed response, 40% of the Garda districts would still require it to be faxed because we don't have access to email.